This is Dr. Grande. Today's question is, can I analyze the influencer named That Vegan Teacher? Other questions here would include, does veganism make sense? And is that vegan teacher good for veganism? Just a reminder, I'm not diagnosing anybody in this video, only speculating about what could be happening in a situation like this. If you enjoy this video, please like it, subscribe to my channel, and consider supporting me on Patreon. Put the link to Patreon in the description for this video. I'm going to provide a supplemental to this video on Patreon, where I kind of reflect on this topic even more and look at some of the other aspects and consequences of that vegan teacher. The real name for the influencer referred to as that vegan teacher is Kadie Diekmeyer. She's also known as Ms. Kadie. I will just refer to her as Kadie. She's an advocate for the vegan way of life. She claims to have once worked as a nurse for 25 years, then a school teacher for 9 years, then she quit to make videos on social media. She is active on TikTok and has over 1.6 million followers. She is also active on other social media platforms, including YouTube, where she has just about 20,000 subscribers. I want to quickly define the term veganism before I go any further because that's an important issue here in this video. There is actually no single agreed-upon definition for this lifestyle, but for the most part, vegans believe that it's wrong to consume any products that involve animals. This would obviously include not eating meat, but also they avoid certain consumer goods, including medications for some of them, that are derived from animals or involve animal testing. Moving back to Kadie, she releases short videos on TikTok and longer videos on YouTube where she promotes being a vegan through largely disjointed and repetitive monologues and what could loosely be referred to as singing. She appears to be quite charismatic and enthusiastic about the topic. She is considered to be controversial because of a number of statements that she has made. Here are a few examples. Many are paraphrased. These are not necessarily direct quotes. She discusses the dangers of vegan phobia, which she has compared to racism and homophobia. She has suggested that when people come out as vegan, it is more special than coming out as a member of the LGBT community, even going as far to say that coming out as a member of the LGBT community is selfish because it is a person only talking about themselves. They're not looking at any type of larger issue. Kadie attempted to acknowledge how under certain religious beliefs, coming out can be challenging, but then offered the solution of simply changing religions. Problem solved. Changing religions actually seems to be a theme of Kadie's work. In another video, she sings a song indicating people should change their religion if it's not consistent with the values of veganism. Even though Kadie says that people should not own pets, she does own a dog named Bella. She claims that she saved her dog from a life of eating meat. So from the dog's perspective, this is otherwise known as saving it from a life of being happy. Kadie said she used to be an organ donor, but she changed her mind because she realized how despicable society was. So her stance is about being against people as much as it is being for some type of value. In one video, Kadie attempts to answer the question about choosing between the life of a child and a cow. She does suggest that it's a complex question and difficult to answer, but she also said that she would want to know how old the child and the cow were and whether or not the child ate meat. Kadie appears to make videos directly to people sometimes. For example, she made a video where she spoke directly to Trisha Paytas. Trisha Paytas is an influencer with around 4 or 5 million subscribers on YouTube. She has a lot of dramatic and nonsensical content. Kadie said that she noticed Paytas was eating food from McDonald's in a TikTok video. This was one of Trisha Paytas's TikTok videos. Seeing Paytas do this was disturbing to Kadie. So just so I understand this, of all the things that Paytas does, this is what bothered Kadie. This is like saying what makes Charles Manson bad is the fact that he maintains inappropriately intense eye contact. Kadie admonished Trisha by saying, "You know the life you're living right now, all the fame and all the stuff, is shallow and superficial. It's going to come crashing down one day, and then where are you going to be?" Kadie is trying to provide Paytas meaning in her life, give her a higher purpose. free her from the bonds of wealth and fame, and help her to discover the world of poverty and ridicule. Who wouldn't take that deal? It's hard to escape the irony that Kadie is notorious for the same reason as Paytas. People just want to know what they're going to do next. It's not about logical or quality content. It's deliberately about nonsense. Both epitomize the phrase, "We are laughing at you, not with you." Kadie often talks about how nobody has critical thinking skills or the ability to think for themselves. So here we see she uses the words "nobody has" when she probably meant "I don't have." Easy mistake to make. Kadie criticizing people for not having critical thinking skills is like an actor hiring Lindsay Lohan to plan their comeback. Kadie also appears to anthropomorphize animals. For example, she said that pigs beg for their lives before they are killed. Considering everything that Kadie does, I think it's fair to say that she teaches people. Specifically, she teaches them how to be annoying and aggravate thousands of people on TikTok. Unfortunately, it's a skill that a lot of people already have. Kadie once said that there is animal abuse, but there is also such a thing as human abuse. One might argue that her behavior on TikTok is a case in point. The people exposed to her videos are the humans being abused. So moving to the next question, is veganism logical? The main argument of vegans is that they don't want animals to be harmed or exploited, although there are other reasons somebody becomes a vegan. For example, they may believe that the lifestyle imparts some type of physical or mental health benefit. In the United States, about 4% of the population are vegetarian, and about half of them are also vegan. There are risks associated with the vegan diet, and maybe some benefits as well. It would be incorrect to believe that being vegan is automatically healthier. For some people, it would be, and for others, it may not be. Many people cannot sustain a vegan diet because they need the nutrients from some of the banned foods, or they cannot tolerate some of the food substitutes required to be vegan, like wheat, soy, and peanuts. There is no connection between veganism and mental health, either positive or negative. Moving away from the idea of health and over to caring for animals, does the vegan lifestyle actually accomplish the goal of protecting animals? Well, it may work toward that goal for some animals, but many products that vegans consume, like vegetables, fruits, and nuts, are grown using products that hurt animals, like pesticides. Rabbits, birds, mice, and other animals are killed to protect agriculture. Also, the use of animal products is so integrated into the supply chain that avoiding them altogether is nearly impossible. Outside of these difficulties, the philosophy also has difficulty retaining members. Over 80% of people who attempt to live a vegan or vegetarian lifestyle abandon it. Now moving to the last question. Is Kadie good for veganism? So is that vegan teacher really helping her cause? Kadie is a militant activist for veganism. This strategy almost always backfires. Her tactics are based on brute force, illogical statements, and nonsensical criticism. In order to promote veganism, she attacks other value systems. Therefore, she's making more enemies than she's making friends. It is a simplistic, primitive, and paradoxical strategy, in that it actually pushes people away from the vegan lifestyle. It makes me wonder if Kadie doesn't actually work for a secret group of fruits and vegetables. Like they got together and said, we need a double agent. We need to put somebody out there who is so ridiculous they will turn people back toward eating cows and chickens. I suppose with this theory, though, cows and chickens could have hired Trisha Paytas. It's a war of the dramatic double agents. Those are my thoughts on that vegan teacher. Please put any opinions and thoughts in the comment section. They always generate an interesting dialogue. As always, I hope you found my analysis of this topic to be interesting. Thanks for watching.